Welcome back, everyone. I did go ahead and play a mock 3-player game of this to learn it last night, and I think it went pretty well. I really enjoyed it. We'll get into some of the specifics at the end of this, but we'll need these for the solo mode, and some of these tiles. Now, I did have them at the bottom of the box, but I just wanted to show you. There are some of the tiles, 3 in each color, that have an X on them. And those will not be used in any number of game less than 5 or 6 players. So those will be set aside. I'll go through that. I'll need a few of these. I'm going to need the dice. And then these will be used for the solo mode, as well as these. These are numbered 1, 2, 3. In a multiplayer game, sometimes you might need to decide if you need someone to make a decision before you make a decision or something like that, then you can make people go in number order by this. This is telling you in the second round in a 2 to 4 player game, this is the only time this is used. Really nice. But on the back of this, 1, 2, and 3 is used for the solo mode. It's really pretty cool, really straightforward. These will show as we play. These will be objectives. I'll get to that in a minute. Let's do the player card. This doesn't really matter except for your zoo's unique animal that only you will have. So let's see, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. So if I look over here on my animal sheet, that is the pangolin. This has no effect really on the game scoring or anything like that. It just, to make everyone's a little bit different, add a little variety and uniqueness. So that is the one I will be playing with. I'll be right back as I set some of this up. We're almost set up here. Got some of the components ready. So these are the personal tiles for this mat, and I'm actually going to flip this over in a minute. These I'm going to set off to the side. Probably won't need this many, but I just grabbed a couple of them of each color. So I'll set those there in case I do need them. This will be my selection marker. These are the AI's bots choice. They basically will remove tiles from your choice and will serve as a turn counter. Oop, I don't need to set those there. Let's put them, I don't know, right here. Yeah, that's on camera. That'll work. So let's start off with the special scoring tiles. These, if you play multiplayer, you can choose to not play with these if you want the first couple times as you teach people the game, just to make it a little bit easier. But in the solo mode, you must use those. So let's go ahead and get a couple of those, and then we'll look at those closer. That one's good. Alright, I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to do the fall side. It doesn't matter. It says in the instructions it should not matter at all as far as scoring. It's just a little bit of a different layout of the map. And I played the other side last time. If you notice, here is your entrance, and it's a little more open. And this one here, the entrance is here, and then it spreads out into 2 little groups but there we go. This up here shows that you can find all of these animals, these tiles, in your stack, but you can also find these animals here. These animals you cannot find here. I believe that's the way it works. And then these will adjust the values of a die of that color. So let's look at these. And we have our little sheet right here. So A, we have 5 different animals from 4 different habitats in a vertical or diagonal row. 5 different animals from 4 different habitats in a vertical or diagonal row. So we need There we go. In a row, all 4 of the biomes, I guess you could say, and 5 different animals. There we go. B. At least 4 valued dice in a group. At least 4 valued dice. To be in a group, each die must be adjacent to at least one other die in the group. Each die can be of any color, and the die do not need to be configured as shown. Okay. So it could be a straight line, it could be a 2x2, it could be a 3 and a 1 like this, whatever. As long as you have 4 dice all touching each other that are value 4 or higher. Is that right? Ooh, no, they must be exactly 4s. So 4 valued dice. And you'd say, well, what does that matter? Well, you'll see the dice will determine your score. So, for instance, a 6 will be worth 6 points if you can get a habitat of breeding. So that would lose you 2 points. And then if that 6 is next to a monument, then that would be even more points. So you're trading those points for this potential points. Okay. Let's see what this one is. Right here. The difference between your colors with the highest and lowest total dice values is at least 13. Your lowest value dice color can be a 0 if you choose to discard all dice of this color. Wow. Yeah, I don't know why you would do that unless you were totally not scoring one color. But we'll get to that near the game end. Now to finish setup, we need to just draw some random tiles. Let me go ahead and flip those over. And much of this will play the same as a multiplayer, but there are a few changes. And one of those is with the initial setup. There'll be more dice for one, more tiles. Usually each player will only roll 1 die of each color and have 1 tile of each color. And then they'll be passed around the table. Now for my board, let's get these set up and then we'll explain. I'm just putting them in numerical order for me to kind of look at them and think about them. Then you need to flip over a tile and put it, if it has part of a outpost or a stand, then you need to turn it that way. Let's see, number 2, that one does not. This is a breeder. This is how you score points for regions, is if you have at least 1 breeding pen. And then this one here. Alright, I'm going to take a second and look at this and figure out what I want to do to finish my setup, and I'm going to clear up some of these things over here. And after a quick look, I like pretty much everything. You need some low dice and some high dice, but both these are low, both these are low, and I think I'm going to re-roll these. So in the multiplayer game, you put out your starting tiles, you roll your dice. You can choose, if you want, to re-roll any number of dice, but you get 1 roll. That's a little bit better. Then you may change out one of these, just one. Put it back in your deck, draw a new one, shuffle up, and then you're going to put 3 out here. This is done by everyone at the same time. So you can re-roll any number of dice once, and you can change out any one of those tiles that you draw at the beginning. Now, a difference here in the multiplayer is I could choose to discard some of these and replace them with something else. For instance, I have 2 lions here, which is going to automatically reduce my total number of animals. So do I want to discard one? Nah, I'm not going to worry about that. I don't see me getting all 17 animals. So if there was another lion here, I would definitely just discard it, put another animal out to try and early in the game or later in the game to get more animals. But I'm not going to worry about that. It might be good to have some duplicates so you could try to force the AI to take those. And you could re-roll some of the dice. I'm not going to worry about that. So you can. That's a difference in the solo mode. So I think we are ready to begin. And I will take this token and I will choose whether I want to take one of the die or one of the tiles. And you want to get scoring on your breeding animals, but I have only one chance and it's over here, so I don't have to worry about that. And then, do I want to get some more breeders? Well, I definitely want to get, I only have 2 of the lookout towers started, and I want to try and complete those, so I have 1, 2. Definitely want to try and do that. So which one do I want to go with? Let's just go ahead and do this. I think I'm going to take a tile. So once I've decided if I want to take a tile or a die, then I flip over this. It's the number 5. So I just look at the number 5 here, and it's this one, which is unfortunate. Luckily I do have another 2, but so this will be removed. I'll just set it here. Now I get to take the tile I wanted, so I'll take this one and set it here. This shows that I have chosen something from over here. Now I go over here, I can choose a tile or a die. Well, which do I want? I could finish off if I do this. So I'm going to take this hippo and I will put this here. Now in a multiplayer game, everybody will have one board here, and let me grab an extra one and show you. It's pretty neat. The other 3 are dual-sided, but it would just sit here. It matches up with the picture, the lake and the path and all that. So you choose a die or a tile and set it here. Then you choose a die or a tile and set it here. And then when everyone has done that, you can slide the board away from your player board or whatever if you like. That lets everyone know that they have made their choice. People can look at the next board that's coming to them because it'll be passed around the table. But also it lets everybody know, okay, everybody's on the same turn order. There's going to be the same number of pieces left for everybody. So, you know, do it this way first few times. So I'm going to now place these like so. And now I have a completed circle of 3 tiles. So I just take the matching color tower and set it there. Now that will score me points at the end of the game if I get 3 dice around it. And when you have that, and it's marked right here on your board, you can only place a 6 die, because remember that's the most points that one die can give you. You can only place 6 on your star attraction or next to a tower. So that's one reason it's good to get those. So that's the first turn done. Now I will always refill this if I have tiles. If I don't, then you don't. It's done. And we're ready for my next turn. And I may have misspoken earlier. These 4 animals here, I will find them here, but I will not find them here. So if I want to get those animals, I have to get them here. These animals can be found in both. Also, it shows you the breakdown. I'll have a hippo with a tan or brown tower piece and a white, and I'll have an elk with a black and a white, and it shows you which ones have hearts. So that shows you your breakdown basically of your tiles here. Now, I don't have ability to get these or this or this tiger, so there's lots of opportunities over here. So I think I'm going to stick with getting a tile, and let's go ahead and take the giraffe. Well, I'm going to take the giraffe. Technically I'm supposed to flip that first, but let's go ahead and put this here, and that is number 8, so 8 will go away. Now I get to choose over here. I could go with the penguins. That would work. Don't really need the hippo right now, unless I want to just help get this white tower done quickly, which might not be too bad. And I could always get the turtles. This might be trickier for what I'm wanting to do, but we'll see. So I hate to do this. I've already got a hippo. Already got 2 lions, now I'm going to have 2 hippos. But I'm going to take that one because I want to get another tower going, another watchtower. Here we go. And I really should start putting out some dice because I'm not going to be scoring any points if I'm careful in the first round of the game. So now, do I want to go ahead and finish out this? It might not be a bad idea, but then that's going to block off. I really need to get a green tile there, I think. But then I can't get... one thing, the breeding tiles are the only way to score points at the end of the game for your different colored regions, but they can never have a watchtower on them. But before I make that decision, I need to go ahead and flip over. There's my other elk with the... I don't really want to do that. So yeah, I think I'm going to... And technically I'm supposed to flip this, put this down and then flip this over, but I'm just going to go ahead and take this. I don't know if maybe that might change my mind if like the die I wanted to use later was gone, but number 4. So now, where do I want to go? I think I am going to actually take this one. I mean, it'll always be there. See, I can't place this right now, but as soon as I place this, I'll be able to. Oops, I'll be able to, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I need to start moving my way out through there. And I know what I'm going to do with that next turn. Too bad that won't be a 6, but I'm going to go ahead and take this 5, I think. So, I'll place this there to get a watchtower. And I'm going to go ahead and place this on my star animal. It's only got a level 5, but you'll see the first round scoring is only dice that are connected to your front office, your main gate, as you let people in, how you're scoring points. So I need to get some dice going. And I don't have to fill this, so I'm ready for my next turn. And I think once again I'm going to go here. And then I'm going to take the 2 on my side. I'm doing things a little out of order, but I don't think it's really going to matter too much. And let's go ahead and take these tigers, put it there for future breeding. And why did I take the 2? I didn't mean to take the 2. I meant to take this. Take the 2 next turn. That's why you should probably do things in order, right? And then, yep, nothing else. So now I flip this, go to the next turn. I'm running out of turns. So I could use his 2 or my 2. Do I want any more tiles? See, I really probably do want to go ahead and get this tile just to have it out of the way. Might not be a bad idea. So let's go ahead and say we're going to do that. And let's flip this over. 7. Now, luckily I have a 2 here, but let's say for instance I really needed that 2. I could, since it's blue, I could flip this tile over to prevent the bot from taking that. That is one of the differences in the solo mode. But I will let them take that. And I think I will go ahead and do this now. That's what I meant to do. Just got ahead of myself. I was planning ahead and I was thinking too fast. Now I can put that 2 there. And I will put this fellow right here. Alright. So now this blue area has a breeding tile in it. And they can only have 1s or 2s on them, which is printed right there to remind you. So now that blue area will be able to score at the end of the game. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and do that. So now let's see. Don't really need, I would like to have those, but I don't really need them. I would like to have this, but I'm scared to put it here in case I can't get another connector. So do I start putting out some dice? It might not be too bad. I'm scared to chance this putting it there, because then I have to have a gray here, but then this will never score. So I need too many ifs. I can get some buffalo later. That's maybe not a score. So let's go over here and take a die, and let's see what is going to be missing. 6. They took the turtles. That's okay. Do I want to go ahead and do this, I think? And then over here, maybe this one? Only got 2 more turns. Alright, so we'll put this here, and we'll put this here. Okay, I do not have to fill this tile, and I want both of these dice this turn, which is unfortunate. So maybe instead of putting, I don't need to put the breeder there yet, so maybe instead I'll just take this die. So I'm going to take another die. The bot will take that. I will take this, and then I will take this. Put this 4 here, put this 6 here. And remember, I can put the 6 there because it is a completed watchtower. And now, if you come in through the entrance door, you have 3 tiles next to the entrance door. And as long as one of those has a die on it, well, this one, both of them do, then you just see all the dice that are connected in a path will score. So that is nice. So I got that taken care of. So I get 1 more turn before the scoring. I don't think I want that tile. That die won't help me though. So do I just take a chance? And since this die will not do me any good with my current build, and I would just have to throw it away, I could use this green and this wild to reduce it to a 2, but that seems overkill, especially this early in the game, where this could be beneficial. So let's turn this over and see. 2, there's nothing there, so that will just stay. And I'm going to actually put this here. Now you can place it anywhere. It does not have to be adjacent to anything. I'm going to do that for the future, and I'm kind of jumping ahead. I need to pick over here what I'm going to do. Do I want to go ahead and do this? Perhaps, or maybe we just go ahead and do this to get more points for this round. And I did make a small mistake. If the item you turn over is not there, then you go around the table to the next available item. So the only way you would have anything left at this point is if you had used one of your tokens to save it. So both boards are done, all the tiles are done. That's the end of the first round of the game. So we go to the first scoring, which will be the entrance. Now let's pretend for a moment this die was not there. This die was here. I mean, that's illegal, but let's just pretend it's that way. Now from what I read in the instructions, it says it has to be a set of dice. So this die has to be adjacent to at least one of the die. So even though this is at the entrance, this would not count because it is not connected to other dice. But in my setup, all of my dice are connected. Now someone can let me know if I'm reading that wrong, but it says that the die that have to be connected to the entrance and at least one other die. So all of my dice are connected to each other in a path and to the entrance. So you simply add up the numbers. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you make those 5s, it'll be 5, 6. 6 times 5 is 32. That is not too bad. Now, before I move on and finalize that, I have to decide, do I want to use any of these tokens? For instance, use this blue one to make this a 6. That will get me one more point right now, plus it will give me an extra point at the end of the game. Or, you know, go ahead and upgrade this. Do I want to upgrade any of those? I mean, I could technically upgrade this and that, get 2 more points now and 2 more points later. Ooh. I don't think I'm going to risk it. I think I can always get those extra points later. 32 is not too bad for first score. These might be more beneficial later, so I'm just going to hold off. I'll lose 2 points technically right now. So I think I'm not going to use those tokens, so we're ready to move on to the second and last round of the game. So give these a little shuffle. They're a little awkward, being ellipses. There we go. Then we can fill this like before. Here we go. Another orangutan. What's that? Is that a sloth? Hippo, not worried about that. Dolphin. Not too worried about that. Then we need to fill this up with dice. Just go ahead and roll all those at once. Now, just like in the multiplayer game, I cannot readjust this. We've already did that at the beginning of the game. I'm stuck with this. I have 4 tiles and 3 dice, or you could have 2 and 5, or what. You're going to have some combination of 7. That's how you know when the game is over. Cannot touch these. But since this is the solo mode, and you are dealing with these and with, you know, the random luck, now I'm going to study the tiles and the dice and see if there's anything I want to re-roll or discard. Okay, I did pause and take a couple minutes to look around, and I don't think I'm good enough at the game at this point to see anything that's not immediately drastically obvious. So I'm not going to mess with any of that. But I am going to stick right here for my first option because I want to get me some scoring tiles. So let's see what the bot will take is 6. That's unfortunate. That was what I did not want to happen because I'm hoping to get both of those greens because I'm going to take this and place it here. Because by placing it here, now let me get rid of that, my fault. This should be right here, but I'm going to go ahead and show you. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 colors, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different animals. So I have completed this by taking this. And that will be another score. It's a new animal, so that's more points. But unfortunately, the one is gone because I need both of those. And now, what will I take? Well, do I even bother trying to get that now? It could still possibly work. I don't know. But I have a panda here. Don't have this animal yet. Oh, do I try to get a 2 green here or do I go yellow, green, green? That is tricky. And even if I go 2 green there, they won't score because it'll be... So yeah, that is tricky. I may have to pass on that. So let's just stick with what we know we need. Let's go ahead and take stuff that we know we need, and we'll just do that. And then I'm going to go right back here to take this. Was that a snow fox? Let's see, we have it right here. Let's just see what that is. It is Arctic fox, yeah. So I'll take that. Let's see what the bot is going to get rid of. The 4. Not too worried about that. And then I think I will take this. So of course this will go here. Does it go there? This will already score with any animal there. So maybe I just give up hopes of a black tower there and just do this. And now I try to get a yellow score up there. Maybe. Now I can get any animal, green or brown or gray. Excuse me. There. Let's put this on the lions. Now I do have a yellow scorer, so maybe I just go ahead and snag it up. So I think I'm going to have to, and I have to hope that a 3 or 8 doesn't come up right now. 2, that will work. So I will take that, and don't need that. Need both of these. I guess this could go here. Not worry about the tower. And this can go here. I'll leave that because now it can be gray or yellow. Alright, and now I have to refill this. Oh, and there's pandas. And it's a scorer. So I know that these 3 tiles and this die will be used. I can discard them if I don't want to use them, but that's when I know the round will end. So do I want one of these, or do I just stick with these? Let's see. That gray could go there, and then these 2 yep, that might work. So I don't really need any tiles. This is a new animal. Let's see. That would be a new animal. And that's the only one. So do I want to get the elephant instead of one of these? Which would be doubled up. Maybe the elk. But I'm not going to get much scoring because I don't have a die to put on it. It's just going to give me animal scoring. So I could put it here and it's just going to... If it's gone, it's gone. They do say that you should be able to look at that. If the 4 comes up, it's unfortunate, but I think I'm going to need more dice than what I've been taking. So I'm going to take a die and let's see what happens. It's number 5. 5 is gone, so we go to the next one. I believe the next one in order. And yes, a quick check, it says clockwise order, and that's probably why everything's just numbered in numeric order. So just go to the next one. So let's start getting some points, yeah? This will be a bunch of points. That 5 is not going to do me any good because I have nowhere to put it. But this will be some points, and then I already have 2 places. I don't really need this. I'm not going to get a die for it. But this will be a new animal, but it's not going to get me any points because I don't have the die. I went too... I think I went too heavy for this early on. I did not focus on my 4s. I don't know if I'm going to make this. Let's put this here. Need a die there. I'm not going to... So that won't score. This was bad. I played really bad this game focusing on these. So what do I... Well, I'm definitely going to take another die. Let's see, that's number 7. So 7 is gone. And what do I take over here? And I think I'm going to go ahead and take this die. And I'm going to use this to reduce its number. So I can put it on those tigers. And then what will I take up here? take this too and put it on the Arctic Fox. Wow, okay. So I guess I'm going to go here again. Yep, elephant's gone. And then now what I'm going to take, neither one of these are going to do me any good. I'll just take that. Let's go ahead and take this. And then, I don't know, I'll put this down here. Doesn't matter. And then I'm going to go here again for my last turn. And then 8. I will take this and put it there. Let me see. 9, 10 points versus, yeah, I think it would be better to go ahead and put that there. Even though any number can go here now that this tower is built, any number can go there, I believe. Yeah, quick check of the rules. Once you have a watchtower, any number can go beside it. And this die will not score for yellow at the end, but that doesn't matter. I think I'll get more points this way. And then for my last tile, so you notice I have nothing left here. That means the game is over, even though there is one leftover tile. Now to quote, unquote, win the game in solo mode, you must score at least a total of 200 points and complete at least 2 of these objectives. Now I know I have this one. And I'm sitting here looking at this, and if I add up the dice of the colors, there is no way that any of them is greater than or equal to 13 from the other one. So we have 5, 7, 9, 6, 8, 9, 10, 13, 10, 16. So what was it? 16 and 9 is only a difference of 7. And even if I use these to roll that down, that would be a difference of, I can only use 2 of, use the wild and use one other. That would only be a difference of 2 points. So that would only be 11. There's no way I'm going to be able to get this. So I think I need to focus on getting this, which means I'm going to have to reduce a few points, which does seem a little unfortunate. But if I use this to make this a 4, reduce it by 1. Remember, these will let you adjust the die +1 or -1. And a 6 can be a 1 or a 1 can be a 6 by using this. So you just change the die by 1. Then I will, unfortunately it's going to lose me a point on that, but I think getting 15 points and having a chance to win is more important than 1 point. So now I will reduce that by 1. So it's a good thing I did not do that earlier to get those 2 points, because that would have cost me the game. Because I needed these now, and I will change this one into a 4. Here we go. And then I think the only way I can do it is by changing this blue as well. Yep. So any color, I'll change this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 4s connected. I only need a 4. I only need a 4. So wait a minute. Let me put that back to a 5. 4 connected. Yeah, 4 4s. So I have a little 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Now we'll start scoring. So let's just start with, I'll go down the score pad here. We'll go with the green section. This green section has no dice on it. It's not worth anything. So this one, 6, 7, 8, 9. So right now the die total is 9. So now you're going to multiply that by not the value of the dice, but the total number of dice in breeding pens. How many breeding pens do you have active, basically? So 6, 7, 8, 9 times 2 breeding pens. So that's 18 for the green section. So now we'll go to yellow. Well, this yellow section has 1, and no active breeding station. So this gets me nothing. This was basically If I would have put it there, that would have been 1 point. Putting it here will be points later, you'll see. So we go to this yellow, we have 5 and 6 is 11 times 1. So we get 11. Blue, we have 4, 8, 10, 15, and we have 1 breeding pot, so that is 15. And then we go to gray. Well, this here is 2, and that is a breeding station, so 2 times 1. So I'm just going to put a 2 plus. Let's see, here we have 4, 6, and too bad I could not get that. That would have doubled the score, but 4 and 2, 6 times 1 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8 for gray. Then we go to the watchtowers, and I'll do each one individual. Does this have 3 dice around it on its tiles? Yes, it does. So 6, 10, and 14. I can already tell you this is much lower than my last game. 5, 9, 10 for only 24. Now we're going to look at individual animals. Unique. So let's start with green. So I have 2 pandas, so we don't have to worry about this. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Then if we go to yellow, I have both of those are duplicates. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you do count your unique animal, even though it's printed on the board. It counts, even if there's no die on it. That animal's represented in the zoo. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next will be blue. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 unique animals. 15 is 51 points. That is not bad at all. So then we look at, did I score this? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different animals that are 5 animals that are not the same in all 4 colors. So I have blue, yellow, green, and gray. So that is completed. So I get A for 11 points. Then I have 4, 4, 4, 4 right there, 4 4s all connected. Do I have it? Yes, I do. So I get B for 15 points, and this there was no way. So I will score these 2 and add them to my current scores, and let's see what the score is. And my math say it was only 185. And to beat the so-called beat the solo mode, you need to complete 2 and have a score of 200. I did not do it. So looking back, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles without die. I easily could have just say those 3 or even this one, just forgot about them and gotten more dice, because this would have been 6 plus whatever that was, 7, 8, 9, 10. That would have been 8 to 10 more points there if I could have gotten a die there. If I could have put this 1 there and put, say, a 6 there, then that would be 7 points plus another 5 points. So it wouldn't have taken much, just taken, say, a 2 here, slide this here and put a 6 there. That probably would have won the game. Or if I could have gotten, I don't know, forgotten another tile and just gotten a couple points there. Anyway, I think it's really cool. I think the game is pretty straightforward and easy to play. It is a little awkward to teach just because you have 2 scorings, and you have to tell people you're only going to score dice that are connected somehow with a path to your main gate on the first round. In the second round, you're going to score each cluster of colors if they have a breeding pin that is active. So it gets a little wonky with the scoring, but I don't think it's too bad. I think it's a really fun game. My biggest complaint is just with all the things moving and around the table and stuff, because in a multiplayer game you would have you would have stuff sitting here, and you're supposed to pass these around. I would say get a Lazy Susan or something smooth on the table so that you can just slide them to the next player, because you're not supposed to change the die values. And you can see how everything's already wanting to slide around. So yes, it would have increased the price some, but I almost wish that these were dual layered just for the dice section. The tiles, if they fall off, you know, oh, that was my tile. This was the tile that fell off. I can put it back on. That's no problem. But I almost wish that this was just a little bit bigger so that this could be dual layered, so you slide the dice in the slots. Because they are so small, and since they're so small and then you have these watchtowers here, it does get a little fiddly trying to move stuff in and not knock stuff over. That is not too bad though. That I can deal with because the game is so pretty and so fun and so quick and easy to learn. The biggest complaint is probably this should be dual layered. This section right here in the middle for the dice. Other than that, I think everything is great. I love the organization that they came up with the little tuck boxes, so that each player, they grab their board, they grab their box, they can start setting up while somebody else is setting up the main part of the board and getting stuff out. I mean, it goes so quick. It's so fun. And who doesn't love building a little zoo? And you can think of this as like the attraction level, the decoration level, the, you know, how much revenue it brings in for the zoo, whatever. And then your zoo is only effective if you have breeding pods. So think of this section here as all of these animals are living in they may be somewhat fenced off from each other, but this is just one big area. So if you were walking through the zoo, you would go through a gate or a underpass or something. You'd be entering these jungles biome, and you'd be able to see all these animals by walking around, and they have breeding areas for those animals. So this area is going to be productive. This area will be productive, the water area. So everything kind of thematically makes sense. I mean, it doesn't make sense that you're drafting dice values and all that stuff unless you think of it as like you're hiring those specialized workers and specialized habitats and all of that. If you want to think of it that way, and that is the value of it, and these are the animals that you're getting in the attractions, it works. It's fun. It's quick. Little fiddly, but very worth it. And I cannot wait to play this with my kids. They are going to love it. And I hope you enjoyed watching that. And I hope it maybe helps you decide if it's something that you would want to get. The solo mode is really fun and easy and quick and challenging. And yeah, it's just the game. The name of the game is Spectacular, and it's pretty close. It's a great game. And I really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Thanks for watching. Okay, everyone, please stay safe, stay healthy, and God bless.